Mr. Rajaa, thank you so much for your time. We missed you at Davos this time. We saw the lovely interviews. This time you were missing. But let me start by the economic survey that came out yesterday. It makes a specific mention of the single window clearance that you've been talking about. But it also talks about other South Indian states like Andhra Pradesh, which have been doing very well. I want to start by asking you, you set a vision for the state 5 years ago. How much of that have you been able to achieve?
I think the Honorable Chief Minister had a very clear vision of what Tamil Nadu needs. From day one, it's been inclusive, distributed growth. Right? It's never been about the number of investments. It's never been about showing other states or other countries the amount of investments that have come in. It's always been about jobs. Right? Jobs, inclusivity in jobs, and distributed growth for Tamil Nadu, every single corner of Tamil Nadu. In fact, when he spoke just a while ago, he also mentioned how everybody in Tamil Nadu has been taken along in this growth story, and how every single part of Tamil Nadu, including the Tier 2, Tier 3 towns, have grown like ever before. So this growth was possible because of his clarity of thought, and what he wanted. Just a few days ago in the assembly, in the Tamil Nadu assembly, he said when he took over, he felt he was questioning himself if he could fulfill all these promises that he had given during the election and the manifesto promises. And he said he was extremely happy. He truly said that, and you could see that he was truly happy because it came from it was that soulful laugh, smile of his, and every one of us could feel that he was truly happy that he has achieved what he set out to do, and that is reflecting on the growth story of Tamil Nadu, which is now at 11.19% economically, while India is growing at 6 odd percent. And no other state in India has a double-digit growth, and that is the success story of the Dravidian model.
Right. Mr. Rajaa, talking about the economic survey, it talks about, it paints a rosy picture for India, but not so for the world, because, it says that there is an insecure world and there are fragile spots now. Can you tell us what has been the realistic impact of tariffs in Coimbatore and specifically Konganadu on the manufacturing sector? And there have been efforts that the centre has made. You have made a lot of efforts. Have those efforts been successful in sort of offsetting some of those impacts?
Those are two different questions, on the economic survey and then on the tariff effects itself. On the economic survey, I want to just put one thing out. We've always maintained that whatever Tamil Nadu says and the government says and whatever the Honorable Chief Minister says and whatever his cabinet says is based on facts. And most of these facts come from my friends in Delhi. So I don't know why my friends in Delhi keep questioning our facts, which are based on their statements. Now, if you look at the economic survey, it very clearly says Tamil Nadu is the number one place for manufacturing jobs, giving India 15% of its manufacturing jobs, and that's the number one state in India. Gujarat and Maharashtra, they come at 13% each. So clearly, we're doing something different, and clearly, we're doing something necessary, which is actually necessary for the highly educated, highly talented people of Tamil Nadu. I can tell you this 13% which Gujarat and Maharashtra seem to get is not the kind of high-end talent that we are able to provide jobs for in Tamil Nadu. That is because of the policy clarity, that is because of clarity in what we want to do and what our people need. This state works because of two things. It's good governance with the Dravidian model of politics, yeah? And the second part is people who are empowered. And they keep questioning us, right? And we listen. This is one leader through M.K. Stalin Avargal is one leader who is always on the ground, who's always got his ears on the ground, and he listens into people's feedback from the opposition too. And in fact, he mentioned that in the assembly, and he said he thanked the opposition leaders also for their criticism, for the criticism which is actually valid. And he's taken those inputs and he's converted them into growth. So that is that is the story that the economic survey is also pointing out to. What it's not saying is the kind of jobs that we've created, the kind of high-end jobs which are created, which has given us high-end R&D jobs, high-end manufacturing, precision manufacturing jobs. So now these are focused efforts. These are outcomes of the focused efforts of our government. And I would also say, when it comes to tariffs, I do accept, yes, it is helpful, and we saw that coming also when the Chief Minister had gone to the US just before the election, right? And we spoke to the diaspora there, and we got the feedback, and we saw President Trump coming. So we knew that he's going to be the next one up there. So we started conversations on what if and what's going to be the outcome. In fact, the Chief Minister himself has sat in 2 discussions when we were there and discussing with how this is going to impact India. And as a Chief Minister of the state, which is the largest export, which is one of the largest exports to the US. Now, India's exports is around 18 to 20% to the US alone. For Tamil Nadu, it's at 30%. So we're naturally worried, right? So when he had gone there, he'd spoken to all these people, and he knew that diversification and going into new markets or tapping into further into in the markets that we are already established in is very, very important. And that's why you saw him going to the UK and Germany right after that. Yeah. So it was a very, very planned, thought out process, and we went there as soon as I think it was just close to the UK FTA. Yeah. And now, so we knew the EU FTA was going. In fact, you brought up Davos. We couldn't go there today this year because of assembly. It was bang in the middle of the assembly session here. And so when we went last time, when I went there, we had a good long discussion with key figures who were on the round table writing the FTA, the EU FTA, and we got to know what's going to come there too. So we took them to Germany next, and we had a lot of interest coming in there. Now that conversion is also going high. So if you look at investments and the outcome of all of these visits, Tamil Nadu is one state which is extremely finicky, very choosy about its MOUs. As I said, numbers don't matter, it's the job numbers that matter. So because we choose MOUs which will convert, our conversion ratio is high, and we are at 83% for JIM 2024. So that percentile does not come easily. No other state comes close.
Mr. Rajaa, in that context, the mother of all deals, as the centre calls it, India's FTA with EU, is that going to also help mitigate some of the impact? And in fact, they're saying that this could be beneficial for labour-intensive sectors, especially for garment manufacturers. Do you see any hope there?
I do see, yes. It is important. We are looking at new markets, emerging markets also. But who are we kidding? I think the US is the biggest. I mean, the US is a humongous market, and I don't think we can just do away with them as easy. You can not just wish them away. We need to work better with them. We need to get that tariff issue sorted very, very quickly, and this is the factor.
Has this, I know the Chief Minister also wrote to the Prime Minister with regard to this.
Of course.
What is the centre, because this is largely a centre's domain, right? How is the state trying to help with this?
Well, we've already helped, we've already had at least 3 rounds of discussions with sectors like the textile sector, right? We are one of the largest exporters, 28% of India's exports, and we've spoken to the textile exporters. We've given them incentives or subsidies to enable them come up with new tech to enable them to have better production. That is one intervention that we've given the textile sector. We are trying to add another intervention to the seafood sector, which is massively hit again, and we're providing them with new markets. This FTA with the EU is going to help the seafood sector a bit more. Now we're coming up with a processing unit on our own for the seafood sector on our coast. We're going to add one more processing center. A seafood park has been established now. Right. This was done looking forward into the future and looking at the effects of the US tariff itself. So all of these measures are coming through because the Chief Minister is listening and looking at the world transform itself due to these tariff issues. And I think that is going to definitely help our industry.
Mr. Rajaa, I'm speaking to you at a very interesting time. The budget is coming up day after tomorrow. What is your ask from the centre? What will you be very disappointed if the centre doesn't listen to the finance minister is from the state? She's very passionate. What would you want to ask her?
I would dare not say anything good. Then the moment I say anything, then they might just not do it because Tamil Nadu wants it. So I'll definitely not say what we want. But of course, the people of India have huge expectations from this budget. We've yet to grow back. You know how the rupee is sliding and how joblessness is rising, and there's a lot of employment issues all over rest of India. I would love to see, I'm taking that risk of saying this, but I would love to see more women-centric schemes coming out, learning from the Dravidian model of inclusive politics. I urge the union government to learn from the Dravidian model of governance that Tamil Nadu has now given you, has shown you results on, and I think you should set aside your political views and start learning from Tamil Nadu. But I'm glad at least the economic survey has been very open and very plain, and it has come out with numbers which show that Tamil Nadu has grown. So learn from us is what we're saying, and we are ready to help other states and the union itself with data and tell you what we think India needs. India is a massive union of states, and there's nothing wrong in learning from other states who are actually excelling and showing results.
So talking about learning from other states, we see Andhra Pradesh extremely aggressive in terms of, land deals, in terms of some of the projects like Google. Your opposition, and this time you have two big parties attacking you. One is the NDA Alliance, and the other, of course, is the TVK. And they say that this could be a political misstep or industrial, lack of industrial diplomacies. So how do you look at some of these projects which Tamil Nadu has lost?
Tamil Nadu never loses anything. We've never lost anything. And first of all, we do not consider any state as a competition. We consider other countries as a competition. And I can tell you why. Because this state has proven that with consistent, proper, healthy efforts of ensuring quality jobs for its population and ensuring continuous policy tweaks in line with world needs, we have been able to attract investments all across Tamil Nadu. It's not like we've just brought them to one city like Chennai. We've taken investments to Hosur. We've taken investments to Kovai. We've taken investment to the Delta region. We've taken investments to Thoothukudi, to Tirunelveli, to Kanyakumari. No other state can do this because we can do this because this infrastructure is actually real, right? It's not something which is AI driven like in many states, like in ruled by some particular party. But what we have done is real growth, and because of this infrastructural strength, we show the world, we show the investor that this is our strength. We play on our strengths and not on subsidy races, not the race to the bottom on giving incentives. That is definitely not what we're going to do. We are a very, very professionally run, healthy state. We're not going to try and mess up with our financial papers with a rat race to the bottom. No, we're not going to do that. We definitely not going to do that. There's absolutely no way we'll give you free land, and we're not a desperate state. We're not a desperate state. We choose and we know what we need, and we're very clear about what our people need.
So, Dr. Rajaa, would you say that Andhra and Maharashtra are doing that? Because, they feel the Dabba narrative versus double engine Sarkar, right? Because the centre feels that states that are aligned to its policies and politics, they seem to be doing well in terms of just aggression with...
Where are they doing well?
In terms of just...
In terms of...
the projection,
economic
aggression.
Growth? No, where's the growth?
Some of these big projects
where's the growth? You've never seen the growth. We have proof on growth, right? You spoke about Google. Right? That came due to a subsea cable which was laid way back, right, by the previous regime. Now you need data to come there for the data centers to be there. And who's putting up the data center is another question. And how that comes through there via that subsea cable. And we don't have a problem with other states growing. We know what we want, and we're very clear about what kind of jobs that's going to create. What are the jobs that is going to create and the subsidies that they're giving for that kind of investment? right?
Right.
We choose not to do that.
Okay.
We choose not to do that. And we know what is coming. You're soon going to hear about another data center that's coming to Chennai.
Okay.
We know that kind of incentive, we're not going to incentivize data centers.
Right.
We're just going to give them power. We're just going to give them good, standard, stable power with redundancy. Now that and a grid which has capability to add very good number of, very high percentile of green energy. So all of this is our strength. So we play to our strengths and our needs.
Right.
So if any other states wants to give land for free and drag anybody there, good luck to them. We don't have a problem.
Right.
We have a problem of plenty, in fact, in Tamil Nadu, and we know we have a choice to choose from which investment comes where, and we are very particular about taking investments to industrially backward districts. We might say no to many investments if they're very particular about one place, because we are very particular about taking growth to different places, and we don't want to overcrowd. We don't want to become another Bengaluru when it comes to congestion and all that, and of course definitely not another Delhi when it comes to pollution.
Dr. Rajaa, you've been passionate about semiconductors. A lot of these important announcements have come from the center on semiconductors. We know IT Madras is also working with the government. What is it that you expect Tamil Nadu to do? You speak a lot about R&D as well. Where do you see Tamil Nadu in the semiconductor progress of India?
Tell me, Vaza, would you take a semiconductor investment to a state which has produced India's first indigenous semiconductor, or to a state which just has the money to buy investments?
The former, yeah.
Would you take a semiconductor investment to the state with 150,000 engineers coming out every single year, or to a state which is not even in the vicinity of being Tamil Nadu? Would you take semiconductor investments into a state which has policy stability and policy continuity? I'm sitting here. I know the leader of the opposition is going to come through today. I can tell you right here, sitting right there, with my chief minister also around. I can tell you openly that there will be policy continuity with any regime, and we've had policy continuity from the previous regime. We are going to load Dravidian model 2.0 anyway now. So what we are very clear about is, with all of this, any sensible, healthy, clean thinking union should actually choose a state where the investment thrives. Why should they do that? Only if an investment goes to a place where it can thrive will the investor reinvest, right? And there will also be follow-up investments, because people will come into that place because they've seen India. It is India, right? If it's Tamil Nadu or any other state, it ultimately is India. And it's coming, it's foreign investment. So when a foreign investment comes and the foreign investor sees, and other foreign investors see investments thriving in that place, only then will they come in and invest more in that sector, right? So I personally think, I may be wrong, or the union thinks we are wrong, but I personally think they should have bet on the talent and the ecosystem that Tamil Nadu has. We are exporting 41% of India's electronics, and you want to take semiconductors away from us. And the first time, it happened once, it happened twice, and now we've decided, okay, you can take the investment out of us, but you can never take the talent out of Tamil Nadu. And we're going to make sure that we provide the talent. Why do we need that investment? Why do we need semiconductors? In my personal opinion, India needs two massive fabs, one in the north, one in the south. Every investment, every sectoral investment needs to happen, one in the north, one in the south. Because India is massive, the population is massive, and it also makes security sense, right? It is very, very important for national security to have assets distributed across India. You don't have friends all around you now, thanks to Delhi. We have enemies all around us. So it makes sense to have very important assets, national assets, in two different locations, slightly away from your ICBMs, right?
Right.
So anyway, so that done, why would you want to take it away from us when we can give you 150,000 engineers every day? If you include STEM, every year we have 200,000 students coming out. So the talent resides here, the infrastructure is already here, the electronics infrastructure is already here, the academic infrastructure is already here. We have 27% of all the top 100 institutions in India. So why would you want to take all of this out? Right? Like, why would you want to take it that? Don't do that. Yes. And so I think it's a very wrong move by the union. I hope the investments there thrive. But don't worry, Delhi doesn't need to worry. We are giving you talent for that infrastructure also.
Dr. Rajaa, you spoke about Dravidian Model 2.0. I know that politics drives policy, but sometimes, Tamil Nadu's politics is so much identity-centric, it's so much centered around the Tamil identity. Does that in some ways also hamper some of your prospects? Because I speak to a lot of my friends in IT who tell me that, the ones who are not Tamils, they feel that, working in Hyderabad or working in Pune or working in Mumbai or even Bengaluru is slightly better. I love Tamil, I love Tamil Nadu. But then point is, why is the government cognizant of the fact that if Chennai becomes a cosmopolitan city, it has that kind of vibe, then probably, the prospects could even be better. Is there some thinking on that?
Who told you it's not a cosmopolitan city already?
No, of course it is.
We have the largest number of German population. We have the largest number of Japanese population. We have the largest number of Taiwanese population. We have the largest number of Vietnamese population coming in a big way now. And the Americans are there in a big way. Of the 12 Japanese industrial townships in India, 3 are in Tamil Nadu. And all these foreigners can find their happiness in Tamil Nadu. I wonder why my Hindi-speaking friends can't be here. We have a humongous Hindi-speaking population. They're very happy in Tamil Nadu. And I can tell you, it is our civilizational duty to protect our Tamil, right? This is mother. And my mother carries the knowledge of thousands of years inside her. She's pregnant with all that knowledge. And I'm protecting my mother. What is wrong in it? And I think every sensible person in this planet will say, yes, that is your duty. Protect your mother, protect your language, because that is that defines what we are, right? And we've never ever said we will not allow Hindi-speaking people here, or we not allow Hindi to be brought in here. We're just not okay. We're totally against the imposition of Hindi, or for that matter, imposition of any language, right? So please throw that out of the window. And all that attack based on Hindi is clearly not working, because I have so many investors from the north of India, absolutely bang in the middle of the Hindi-speaking belt. So we don't have a problem. We just reminding them that part of India has actually lost hundreds of languages to Hindi too. So we are trying to do this for those people also. So every single language in India is important, and I don't think any sensible investor will decide to invest into a place based on what language they're speaking, instead of looking at the technical capabilities or the educational strength. So that is our strength, and that is what we're putting forward. If you want to just talk Hindi and play your Hindi politics and try to get investments, good luck to you. But we are playing on strengths of infrastructure. We're playing on the strength of academic prowess. We're playing on the strength of our policy initiatives. We're playing on the strengths of our good governance. We are also playing on a massive strength of ease of doing business, right? The kind of tweaks that we have brought into ease of doing business. I think these make better industrial business strength to any investor, and we really don't want any divisive investor to come into Tamil Nadu anyway.
Dr. Rajaa, one of my last few questions, the big election is coming up and you are amongst the younger ministers. There is a young person who's challenging the government now, apart from the NDA alliance. He also says the same things about Tamil, right?
I don't know, I wouldn't call Mr. EPS
No,
young exactly.
I know you.
But yeah, and I wouldn't call Modi ji also young, but of course, good luck to them. They've tried in the past. In fact, my chief minister put it beautifully. This election is about Tamil Nadu versus NDA. Right? This is about proving to the world that, and proving to India and proving to all my brothers and sisters all across India that if you stay strong on your ideologies, or if you stay true to your ideological bearing, and if you stay strong and stick to your mother, the language, the culture, and the ethics that brings it on, you will win any attack. And we will prove this by bringing on loading 2.0 of the Dravidian model.
But Mr. Rajaa, what about Vijay? Because he's speaking the same language as the DMK when it comes to Tamil and Dravidian ideology.
He speaks the language of BJP if you listen in carefully.
How?
How?
I mean, like Anjali Ammal and Periyar and, Annadurai, he has all the icons that you've had.
And if you want to put me in a conversation with somebody who's just a disruptor, who's just a B team or C team, not even a B team, he's a Z team of the BJP, I wouldn't want to go into that. But I would stick to a conversation which matters on an opposition that matters to us. We want healthy politics in Tamil Nadu. And I think the people of Tamil Nadu want healthy politics. As I said in the beginning, Tandai Periyar and Anna and Kalaignar and even MGR and Madam Jayalalitha have all wanted politics of growth, right? Politics of inclusivity, politics of making sure that every single person, every large person is spotted and enabled and to add value to the growth story of the state.
Okay.
So this is the kind of healthy growth initiative that we want to see. I think there's no space for immaturity in this cauldron. I would love to see all of them. Anybody can come into politics and anybody can step into electoral politics. I would love to see them come up with some healthy debate instead of just trying to throw muck with a lot of falsehood. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Rajaa, I've run out of questions now. Veera will ask something.
I don't know, problem. You can throw questions to the audience.
Yes.
I don't know. Problem.
Yeah, so just one question from me and listening to the conversation.
Two language policy ennachu ipo.
Ipo two language policy la ketta na mattavanga yarkum puriyadu. So translator illa ipo. So I will speak to the larger audience, but I'll ask you this question. I didn't know that I'll see a day that a DMK minister on stage will recognize Jayalalitha, MGR as well, saying that there is continuity. When you say continuity, then is the Dravidian model not only yours? Then it belongs to everyone else. Are you taking credit at some level, like you accuse the BJP of all the past that's done as well? Is that the definition of the Dravidian model?
It needs an answer. I'll tell you why. Because we are the original Dravidian model creators, right? We are from Tandai Periyar. We learned from Tandai Periyar. We built on Tandai Periyar's dreams with Anna's brief 2 years. And then for 50 long years, our leader, the phenom called Kalaignar, he came up and he took up the weight of Periyar and Anna, the dreams of Periyar and Anna. He turned that to reality and he set the tone. We empowered Tamil Nadu to question. The Dravidian model of politics is all about questioning those in power, right? And we empowered the people of Tamil Nadu to make them question every single lawmaker who's in power. And that is why you're seeing this transformation. And the MGR and Madam Jayalalitha that I'm talking about did what they did because the DMK empowered the people of Tamil Nadu. So the Dravidian model belongs to the DMK, and I'm happy that the ADMK also copied it, just like they copy our manifesto every single time.
Shiv.
Dr. Rajaa, good to have you here. One of the things that you said that struck me the most was when you said Tamil Nadu is not competing with other states, you're competing with other countries. Can you give us your vision for AI? You know, you've talked about the data centers and stuff, but this is the big deal. There is a race, there is a competition, between states, across states, for primacy. There's a big summit that's happening next month as well. You know, all the big guns are going to be here. Can you briefly give us a vision for where Tamil Nadu stands and how it stands as far as this race is concerned?
Well, you are sitting in the capital of AI, the capital of AI in India. This is Chen.ai. I want you to put it out there. So in Chen.ai, we are putting out the foundational pillars of India's AI growth story. I don't know if you've heard of Sarvam AI. That story, that's a big story coming out of Tamil Nadu, and that's going to be a huge growth story for India and its indigenous capabilities. When it comes to data sovereignty, which AI automatically brings in, being part of the Dravidian model of politics and Dravidian model of inclusive growth, I would also want to see AI which is democratic, right? There needs to be social justice on how to enable people to access AI, right, and utilize it. And we also need to ensure that it's trained properly, and we need clarity, we need transparency on AI that is built indigenously and where it's held, where the data is held. So in my view, we would want to see every single state own its own data on its own AI cloud, on its own assets, right? And I think that's going to be a big story next. And the AI story is something which Tamil Nadu, I don't know if you know, Shiv, we taught India IT. I'll tell you why, how. When Kalanga was the chief minister way back in the 70s, he brought out a book called Computersum Adan Payangalum, which is computers and its uses. It was not the Kanani, the word called Kanani was not even coined then. So it was called computers and the uses in the 70s, right? And Tamil Nadu was the first state to bring in IT education into schools. And Tamil Nadu was the first state to bring out an IT policy itself. And in the 2000s, we were the first to roll out massive infrastructure like the tidal park that you see here in Chennai. And we also have one in Coimbatore. We have one coming up in Hosur now. You should start calling Hosur Bengaluru too, in fact. So without minus the traffic. So we are also going to build, we have already built neo-titles, which are small IT infrastructures all across Tamil Nadu. This is a lot of thought has gone into this because we see decentralization of AI talent and decentralization of AI assets is also very key going forward. So as far as AI is concerned, data sovereignty, protecting, ensuring social justice in AI access, and all of this is definitely very key. And we have already had one round of beautiful discussions at the IIT Madras about a month back, and I've spoken in length on the AI capabilities of India and the possibilities that it throws out for jobs in Tamil Nadu. Yes.
Dr. Rajaa, we have time for one last question. Lata.
Yeah, Dr. Rajaa, thanks for being here. Now, you spoke about the Dravidian 2.0 model. One of the key things, of course, this election is that there are going to be a lot of youngsters who are going to be voting. And with Vijay at play, we see a large movement towards him. Dravidian 2.0 model, what are you promising youngsters in terms of economic opportunities? Because I think that's very important at this point.
Okay. The first thing that you need to know that there are several actors in Tamil Nadu and several superstars in Tamil Nadu, and everyone has a huge following of youngsters. And what the Tamil Nadu government and the Dravidian model of government has done already is to provide jobs for just these youngsters. We are empowering them to transform their lives for the better, while others are just using them for entertainment. And these are two different things. We want to build better lives, a happy home, and not just be a 2-minute clip on Insta.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Rajaa. I think the CM set the tone, but you have taken this further. I think we'll all discuss this in the course of the next few sessions. Thank you so much for that engaging session.